right, welcome everyone. We're back from our hiatus. No beep. We're not doing a beep to start the show anymore, are we?
No
beep. Do we have intro music yet?
We do.
So you're going to post production at intro music? Okay,
surprise you with it.
I want everyone here to take a deep breath and imagine some Carroll County grown music playing us in.
But it already did by the time we're here.
But we haven't imagined it. Just imagine it.
Okay.
All right, some bad radio.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready. Now I'm ready. And I think there's some things we got to go over, some bookkeeping we all have to go over, right?
We do.
Because Steve, the outsider who never lived here, is not part of the show anymore by his own choice. We're sad to see him go. We had a lot of fun with Steve, but I think we have a pretty sweet replacement.
We do.
Sherri, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sherri. I'm a local business owner. Lived in Carroll County all my life. So happy to be here.
So different than Steve.
That is so not you.
So different than Steve because she didn't come from South Dakota.
That's true.
But
or did he come from South Dakota?
We don't know. And so it's a new era. Steve isn't part of the show anymore. He just has other professional interests that have drawn his attention away from that. But we had a really good run. Wasn't it like 6 months of continuous episodes that we did?
A little more than that, yeah.
That's crazy.
March to November.
We didn't miss a week.
Right. Well, we did.
Well,
wait
but the audience
There's
didn't know.
going to be that much of a commitment to this? I had no idea.
You're in deep. And then behind
I'm out.
And behind the scenes, Jason had always been a strong force moving us forward, and he is no longer involved. And so we are spreading our wings and flying across Carroll County, across the world, Carroll Worldwide, right, everybody?
Yep.
So, Sherri, your first contribution to the show is you want to talk about Chief Spaulding, but we term that's not funny. So we're done with that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
bit over.
He's retiring.
Clearly, you all have made a mistake in asking me to join you, but I just wanted to give a little shout out to Chief Spaulding because he's a really great dude.
How about who you are?
Who I am?
You're the owner of
Birdie's Cafe.
Birdie's Cafe
beautiful
Coffee
downtown Westminster Main Street.
That's right. Best place to get a cup of coffee.
It's a great atmosphere. My wife often brings the out-of-towners in to that sort of place to like cozy up and catch up and that kind of stuff.
But she's not a sponsor, so we need to cut that.
Cut all that.
Yeah.
She's not paying us.
Oh, excuse me.
So cut all that. And
while she's here, I thought I could play a little game with Sherri.
All right, so we're just doing a Sherri-centric episode.
We're just going to dive right in.
You never played a game with me once.
Because you scare me a little bit. You're a lawyer. You're like really intelligent.
We've been here.
Whoa! Excuse me.
That's
We
some
haven't figured you out yet.
shade thrown.
Wow, that was.
You're new, and there's a very good reason for this.
Are we
game.
hazing her?
Yes, we are absolutely hazing her. This
Okay.
is your hazing. Are you ready for your hazing?
I'm absolutely ready.
Begin
for
hazing now.
Okay.
We're going to play a game called, if you've been listening to the podcast, I'm going to quiz you on certain facts of the podcast.
Okay. I have not listened to every single one, I will admit.
You either give the answer or say, I don't know.
Okay.
Those are the rules. First question, what does Westminster hate more than anything?
I don't know.
Kids.
Really?
Kids.
Children. Children would have been acceptable too.
Yes.
Really?
So you got that one wrong.
Okay.
Second question.
Millennials ruin everything.
Second question, where is Steve really from?
I just heard South Dakota, but I don't know.
You're correct. You don't know because none of us know. So you got 1 out of 2, and that's the end of the game because our games are very short. We have ADD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our games are also very bad. So,
Yeah.
All right, so we took care of that. Our show is continuing, and this is hot off the presses, which I found really funny. And it's kind of not funny, is that someone was mugged at Arby's. All right, so everyone's like, wow, you're a monster. But the thing that was funny about it is that the mugger got the tables turned on him, and the muggy chased him, and then they just hung out in front of Food Line until the cops came.
Right. Well, if somebody
That's like really funny. And the guy had a knife.
But was he trying to steal the roast beef?
I think he asked for money. And took his wallet.
He gave his wallet, yes.
Like the guy who was at knife
Yes.
point took the wallet.
Yes.
With you say knife point in front of Arby's, was it a plastic knife?
I think it was a real knife. It wasn't a Arby's Gyro Hero Spork. I don't think they sell sporks there. Don't get it twisted.
Taco
Bell
thing.
represent.
Right.
So tables totally turned on that guy, and I mean, like, he ended up no knife, no wallet, in front of a Food Lion, waiting for the cops to tell him he's in trouble.
That's a Thursday for me.
Well, and the cops found the knife in the parking lot too. So like,
Interesting.
I personally think he gave up too easily. You know, he was being chased down, and I mean, he was a lazy thief, really.
Yeah, I think
He didn't even make it across the parking lot.
No, I mean, this is a classic, like, criminal kind of fine, like water finds its level. And so, like, sort of an impromptu robbing in an Arby's parking lot, I think that's basically kind of the level of talent you're getting in that entrepreneur, criminalpreneur?
Yeah.
Let's like a Potman do.
Right.
Criminalpreneur setting. So that guy's off the streets. Thank you, Chief Spalding, even though this wasn't in Westminster.
Their way to tie those two things together.
I always got to segue hard. So in our long 3-week absence, another tragedy. Parade canceled. We're 0 for 2 with parades this season.
I think there was a Halloween parade. There may have been a Halloween parade.
There was a Halloween parade, and there was also a Memorial Day parade.
Okay, so we're 0 for 2 with parades this season. I'm going to exclude the ones that happened. So, no rain dates. I had this, like, we talked about this before we actually did the show, how the parade was canceled. And my daughter goes to Montessori, and I saw, like, the parade float, like, sad in the parking lot, like, just, like, drooping and continuing to be neglected. And I was like, glad I'm not on the parade float committee. Right. Because that would have been a lot of wasted effort. Sucks for everybody.
And where was the mayor in all this? Nowhere to be found.
Well, he wasn't at the parade that didn't happen.
That's right.
Maybe need to look into some rain dates.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, I'm not a parade person, so I think it's like the wasted effort's kind of funny and kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
No rain date.
Right.
And it's like...
assemble their floats again.
Well, I mean, the floats are done.
Yep. They floated away.
Friendlies, R.I.P. Has anyone eaten at Friendlies ever?
Not in the past 10 years.
I have never stepped foot inside of that Friendlies. I'm not a chain person.
Right.
So I can't comment.
I haven't eaten it.
How many posts in Westminster Online were there about that? Did you see?
I feel like it was every Friendlies employee trying to defend their Friendlies honor.
I don't know, but there was a list of what could possibly be coming. And I know people are saying Mission Barbecue. Are they a chain? I've never heard of them before.
They are a chain, yes.
They're like fast casual. They're like the Chipotle of barbecue.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't understand why people are excited. I like whenever I see that like Mission Barbecue, remember, I'm like, can I tell you about the 3 local barbecue places that are probably superior to Mission Barbecue, having never had Mission Barbecue?
Right. You're probably right anyway. But people
I'm often right.
There was a funny list of what could possibly come in there because people were asking what's going to go in its place. And
the BB&T meme?
Somebody said meanies.
Because it's the opposite of friends.
Somebody said,
good
this
stuff.
will make you think.
Zinger.
Yeah, good fun.
Ignorance. Not ignorance, but ignorant with an S. See? You're stumped right now. Somebody said duh was one of the names of the places that would come in. That's sort of fell down. And then, of course, yes, BB&T was one of the options.
BB&T is closing branches.
They are, but maybe they're popping up elsewhere, like Friendlies. Maybe they'll build a Friendlies inside of BB&T.
Wow, that's some synergy. So I stopped eating at Friendlies after my 5th grade graduation. When
graduation?
So they had a 5th grade like sing-along thing, and like I just remember being like detesting the whole process. But I like stood up on stage. I didn't even, this is how my parents aren't listening, I didn't even sing the songs we were supposed to sing. I just like moved my mouth along with it under protest. But the whole light at the end of the tunnel was they were taking me out to lunch and then take me to like the comic book stores down at Towson and Timonium. I didn't even find the comic books I wanted. So long of it, we went to Friendlies and I ordered their little pizza and they gave me a fundraiser pizza. Like one of the pizzas that you get like fundraising for your local sports team. And like that experience at age 10, I was like, I'm never fucking eating at Friendlies again. Like,
all right.
There you go. So I never ate at this one, and I shut it down with my lack of business. So I'm taking credit.
Another reason to shop local.
Very slow burn.
And it wasn't that funny either, but it's my podcast too, so I can dig up the time.
You over 10 years gave them no business, and that slowly drove them into the ground.
Well, I'm not 20 years old, so it's been longer than 10 years.
Yeah. Right. I mean, Sherri and I are like 26, so
I know.
I can't
like
relate to that age.
Very old guy right here.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things. So for editing purposes, let's look around the 9-minute mark. One of the things we forgot to pre-game about. Did you see that that really bizarre thread where someone was complaining they couldn't rent a house because they were a criminal?
Yes,
no,
I did see that.
I missed that one.
I did see
because you weren't on our thread.
Yeah.
So
I got excluded from your guys' little private conversation.
It's because you needed a better avatar. So you did not like the email that initially invited you on our Slack channel.
Because I have 2 email addresses and it's confusing, but audience doesn't need to know that.
Okay, I was almost. No, don't cut it. I was almost going to start like tangent into Is Randy Basic, but I don't want to get into that right now. I want to focus on this thread. So
that is a thread.
Thread.
A thread.
So it was like someone saying, "I can't get into these housing because this local renters like property management place won't let people with criminal records in there. And everyone was like, oh, that's such a shame. And I'm thinking,
were people sympathetic to the murderer?
Yeah, and I'm like, hold up. If you're
overwhelmingly sympathetic. Here it is, Randy. If you want to pull it up.
So you saw it. What was your opinion of it?
Well, I really felt like they were giving the property management company, which should we talk about who it was? I think
I'm not going to say it, but it's a raw deal for them.
It is a raw deal for them, and the person who owns the management company was coming forward and trying to explain things in a very calm way.
To be fair, I've never seen a comment in a thread get as many positive reactions as the owner's response in this thread.
What was their crime?
The owner didn't want to say either because they're like, I'm not going to put this on blast, but like, yeah, if I'm hiring a property management company, it's specifically to get the riffraff off my list of potential renters, and like, I don't want to hear your sob story about how you changed. Like, too bad. Like, there's
a murderer, always a murderer,
and there's also plenty of people who don't use. Because, like, the other thing is this thread insinuated that there's this, like, cabal that you have to go through a property management company to rent out to people, which isn't true at all. It's just riddled with factual inaccuracies and essentially amounts to, like, I want there to be no consequences for having a criminal record. And tough shit.
Yeah.
And I think they did somewhere in here clarify that misdemeanors are not what they're talking about.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff.
Felony.
Yeah,
right?
They're talking about actual like real crime.
And non-drug crimes or like certain like possession crimes aren't like an instant boot out.
They're
either.
talking about rape, murder, child molesting.
Any of the potential neighbors chiming in, defending the person?
No.
Well, the thing is, the property management company manages a lot of properties, so it's like it's not no specific property came up. It's just like
right.
And I think that the business owner like behaved admirably, and I think
she did, yes.
And my guess is there's not a single potential client who's alienated by this thread, because every single person who's in a position to rent a property would want someone to handle it the way these people did. But it was just hilarious to me that everyone's like up on their high horse about like, where are we supposed to live? I'm like, well, there are places that aren't managed by this property management company that you could live. And it's like the recidivism rate is pretty high. So like if you have like 10 years ago, if you like, had a DUI, that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about 5 years ago, you caught an assault charge. Like, too bad. How sad. Bye-bye. So I thought that was like...
recidivism.
You like my vocab still?
Yeah.
You missed it for 3 weeks?
Yeah, I had a pretty good, strong vocab back in the day.
What happened?
What happened to it?
It's still there. It'll come back.
You occasionally say a word in French.
I do. Accoutrement.
That's like, I should say the A word. That is the word
that's
you say.
my word.
That's the word.
I'll throw it in once in a while.
The word of the day.
That's a good word.
Yeah, I like it. A lot of syllables.
This is where the pitchforks came out, and I just rolled my eyes.
Yeah.
I was just like, generally when the pitchforks come out, I do roll my eyes.
I roll my eyes when there's more than 10 words. That's when, and somebody's...
I bet you've commented more than 10 words on a post.
These comments, rarely. If it's something I'm passionate about, like barbecue or
your
sushi
big
or
green
food
egg.
Or something. My big green egg versus an outside oven like you got.
Oh my gosh! Do not hate on my gas grill.
What else is going on?
You had something where you were like gonna talk about some misspelling that totally ruined a post.
Oh, it wasn't just the misspelling.
Okay.
Of the word blessed, spelled in the post BLEST. It was the entire post. From the picture I could garner was an elderly woman, and she, bless her heart, was talking
blessed
about
her heart.
Blessed her heart.
Let me correct you.
She had a great day, and she talked about how somebody helped her with her coat off in the doctor's office, and how somebody put their PIN number or their phone number in at Safeway so she could purchase her items at the self-checkout, and how somebody stood at the curb and watched her groceries for her and then loaded them into her car.
Can I get a hallelujah?
And everything that she said, I thought, well, okay, so I'm going into the doctor's office and somebody's taking my coat? I don't think so. I don't know you, stranger.
Right.
Okay, so there's a pickpocket. Okay, so the woman at Safeway was behind this old woman in line, and she was thinking, she's punching in her number. It won't go in. And so she's just like, for fuck's fuck's sake, just put my goddamn number in.
Right.
And then she gets the bonus points for that purchase. So, you know.
She does, yes.
None of this is altruistic. None of this at all. So, and then the woman at the curb, you know, loading her groceries up, she probably heisted one or two of the bags and made off like a bandit, you know?
Yeah.
So
You think like I do.
This woman is blessed.
Yes.
But I think she's just naive.
She'd be really blessed to live in
there's
Baltimore
like
City.
so there's like a real good story in there somewhere where it's like this woman goes through life getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Right.
And
praises the Lord for
yes.
it.
Amen.
Amen. Wow. Yeah. The misspelling was funny, but I hadn't thought about it the other way around. Because I really maybe have similar experience. When I'm in a grocery store, I probably like if I'm by myself, like once every 4 occasions, have like a shorter person ask me to reach something for them, like in a something. So like I have helped people in the grocery store before, but yeah, I don't know. I guess like the coat thing and the doctor. I mean, my thing was when I read it, I was like, this sounds like a very trivial day. So I had 2 reactions. The first is, man, if I had such rose-colored glasses, I'd be really freaking happy all the time. Right?
Yes.
Number 1, so I'm like, who's the real winner? Maybe I'm the loser here.
Yeah.
And 2, like essentially the world spinning on its axes is evidence of the existence of God here, because it's like normal shit is happening, and then this lady is like, God is good.
Right.
It's like, okay, that's fine.
She mentions in there that
Good for
she
her.
has, I think, 2 broken arms.
Oh no, poor lady.
How does she drive?
How blessed is she? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. How blessed is she that no one is taking her to the doctor's
Maybe she
office
has 4 arms.
or driving her to the grocery store to pick up her whatever?
Wow. She's going to listen to this and jump out the window.
I mean, she might.
Maybe she's an admin on EOC. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, she's not. She was too well spoken for that.
Yeah, I think. Well, except for the the spelling error.
Yeah, except for blessed, but that's nothing compared to was she.
She was not.
Well, then definitely
no,
not
she
an
was
admin.
not.
She's probably a good lady.
She was
Yeah.
not.
She's a good lady with rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
Well, I guess have we hit all of our topics this week? Do we have anything else to say?
How about you, Sherri? Anything else?
I don't have anything else to talk about. No, I do not. Nothing that's funny, at least.
No.
No.
Didn't you want to talk about the prostitution?
Well, I mean, I guess that is kind of funny.
Don't bring up the weekend.
There were 2 local Carroll County men arrested in a prostitution ring in Columbia, Maryland, I believe, and
But they're from Westminster.
They are from Carroll County. It did not specifically say, but this is Carroll Worldwide, so it didn't specifically say Westminster.
Yeah,
I thought it did say Westminster.
Oh, did it?
I thought so. Yeah.
Intriguing.
But you're right. It doesn't.
I don't want to. I definitely don't want to click on the link.
So, what
and
were
find
you
out.
2 guys doing this weekend?
Well, it wasn't. Aside from our prostitution, what is funny about that is that the Westminster Online community said, "Oh, these 2 guys were found, or people were found, having a prostitution ring." In
Better make sure that people don't think it's guys. You don't want them to be misgendered.
Correct. It was 2 Zens or Z's or whatever that were in Howard County with a prostitution ring. Westminster jumped on top of everybody and said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Friendly's is closing." That's the real story. So that kind of got pushed under.
It did.
Way more
Prostitution
important.
ring, prostitution sting.
It was a sting, yes.
Unless the prostitution ring was being run out of Friendly's.
Wait a second. Why would a prostitution ring have a prostitution sting? Doesn't that imply there's a
Because it
criminal?
rhymes.
But it's a prostitution ring means there's a real criminal organization. Like cops pretending to be hookers is like a fake.
Yeah, I don't
Sting.
know. Why don't it was a sting or...
It was, yeah, they had police officers posing as potential prostitutes, and I guess the men who were arrested were arranging...
I don't know how all that works.
I don't really either.
Dennis, can you speak of this?
No comment.
I'm a virgin, so I don't know.
Of
I
course.
doubly don't know how any of
Your
this
daughter
works.
told me that, yeah.
Well, makes it awkward. I guess that's it. I'm pretty happy. We're about the 20-minute mark. This is where Steve was really always trying to wrap us up. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to honor Steve and conclude things.
Okay.
Just kidding. I just want to give you some dead air. I'm Dennis Twig.
I'm Randy Goldstein.
I'm Sherri Hosfeld Joseph.
See you later.